What's good, everybody? It's your boy Robert. I'm back with a quick video. I'm here to talk to you about the Androidfication of iOS. Now, if you don't know what that means, to me, it means that iOS 14 coming on the new iPhones this year has now given everybody who are Apple fans a little taste of the Android life. Now, with this in mind, I feel like a lot of Android OEMs need to be worried, because with iOS having more freedom and the way you are able to set up your screens, your home screens, and just giving iOS fans a little bit of taste of what we've all known and loved for over a decade, is now going to make a lot of other companies sweat, because it would give a lot of people that much more of a reason to possibly switch over to an iOS phone. Now, you might say, well, wouldn't it make it easier for an iOS fan to jump over to Android? That could be true, but for the most part, Apple is so much more of a status symbol that it'd be pretty hard to possibly convince somebody, if you're not, let's say, on a Samsung phone, to come over, to leave iOS. So with that in mind, let's talk about iOS 14 coming. Now, with the iPhone, you will be able to add widgets to your home screen that's been totally redesigned to give you information at a glance. And now you can use your home screen to choose different size widgets and how to arrange those widgets. Now, as part of those widgets, they have a feature called Smart Stack. Now, Smart Stack widgets intelligently curate all your apps based on the most used apps, and the widget will automatically show up at the right time of day to show you those items. Now, we all really appreciate the fact that Android do offer you an app drawer. Now, iOS will be offering something similar, which will be called an app library. Now, the new app library automatically organizes all your apps into one simple, easy to navigate view. Apps are sorted by category, and then your most used apps are always just one tap away. So if you notice in the app library, the larger app is the most used app. That's the app that's featured. That's the app you can tap on right there at the moment. Boom, turn it on, and you're off and running. Now all your phone calls will be compacted into a small notification. Before, if you got a call or some type of notification, FaceTime, it would take up the whole screen and pretty much pushes you out of what you were doing at the time. But now with the more smaller notifications that they will have popping up on your screen, that's another quote unquote Android-like feature that is coming to iOS. Now here's something new, picture in picture. Whoever thought that we would ever see picture in picture in iOS? Right now, you can only do the Apple Plus TV as a picture in picture with this iOS developer beta, but I'm quite sure the closer we get to the actual release of this software, you're going to be able to have more apps that can do picture in picture. Again, another Android to iOS feature. Now, messages will be that much more easier to keep. You can ping your most talk to messages at the top of the iMessage app, so you don't have to go searching for them. They won't get lost in the mix of all the other messages you may get from families and friends. Also, you can, if you're in a group chat, you can now individually talk to specific people within that particular chat party without any other people knowing what you guys are talking about. You can also get some new emoji stickers. Now, even though that's one of the little fluffier, more type of updates that, you could possibly call an update, it is something that's specific to iOS and Apple, and one of those envious features that I think a lot of Android users wish that they had. Apple Maps Editor have worked with trusted brands and partners to offer guides for great places around the world to eat, shop, and explore. You can save guides and they will automatically update when new places are added, so you always have the latest recommendations when you're out traveling. Now, it will be able to navigate and explore the world while protecting your privacy. Now, if you're a cycler, you can get cycling directions, If you drive an electric vehicle, you can plan your trips with charging stations along the way. Google has Google Translate. Apple now has their own Translate app. Conversations across languages should feel natural and easy and should have the ability to remain private. Now introducing the all-new Translate app designed for conversation across 11 different languages. Siri has been much improved. Before, Siri, if you activate it, would take up your whole screen, pretty similar to a FaceTime or a phone call. But now Siri has been minimized to the point where it's not that intrusive. It is a much more smarter voice assistant, but that is yet to be seen. So hopefully this coming update, we will see a much better Siri. Now I can go on quite a bit on the Androidification of Apple, but a lot of things that we need to take note of. There have been a lot of OEMs out there that went out of their way to try to copy what Apple was doing, all the way down to recreating a Apple display on phones that didn't even need it. And it went to the point now where Apple has dipped their toes over into a little bit of Android flavor. And I think a lot of those smaller OEMs who went out of their way to copy Apple now have a lot to worry, because now Apple will be able to offer phones at a variety of prices to compete against the smaller OEMs who was trying to copy them, all the way up to the big companies like LG who went out of their way to try to copy the look of the Apple display. So with that being said, it's going to be a very interesting 2020, 2021 to see what a lot of these companies are going to do, how they're going to combat Apple allowing that much more freedom, and hopefully it will cause to maybe make the prices go down on a lot of these items, and hopefully it will benefit us as consumers in the long run. So that pretty much does it for this video of the Androidification of Apple. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Other than that, catch everybody in this video. I'm out.